Hey guys, Venom Chaos here with another video. It's been a while since I put up a video. Well, hey, it's about the time, football season. It's March. Everything's going on. Free agency, drafts coming up. So it's about that time, that we Chargers fans, get all the hype and then we end up sucking. But you know what? I feel like this year is going to be different. So let's go making moves, guys. But here's some news right now. So, first off, let me start off by telling you guys what our rival teams have. My little notebook, what our rival teams have done thus far. Remember, this is just the first day of free agency. Free agency opened today at 1 p.m. Eastern time or Pacific Standard Time. I'm not sure. I believe it opens today or the 16th. I'm not 100% sure. I know the football season starts March 16th. So I believe that's Wednesday. So if right now what players can do is agree, like basically handshake agree with teams. So right now, right now I'm gonna tell you guys what has happened. I'm pretty sure you guys already know. But again, I really found out. I've been everywhere today trying to fix my car. More on that later on. But either way, so I was saying. So, our rival teams pretty much have done relatively nothing as this far. Like I said, it's too early right now to tell what they're gonna do. Remember, the team with the best cap, other than us right now in this AFC West, I believe would be the Raiders, because the Broncos were on top of the Raiders, but with the trade with Wilson and shit, and them trading Fant. So basically this is what happened. The Broncos traded for Russell Wilson, gave up 2 first-round picks and the following players: quarterback Drew Lock, former second-round pick, Noah Fant, I believe it was a second or first-round pick, I cannot remember. Sorry guys if you hear a lot of cars. I'm at the shop right now. It's right there. I do not own the rights to this, so this is just the place I go for my car. So there you guys go. West Coast, guys. If you guys ever want to need some West Coast wheels and tires here on Blackstone and Herndon, for you guys that live here on Fresno. No, Blackstone and Sierra, I believe. Right off Sierra, you turn left. So again, guys, I don't own the rights to that name, but just give them a shout out as I work on my car. Again, guys, so they ended up trading former second round pick, quarterback Drew Lock. They traded Fant, and they traded in my honest opinion, this guy they should have not traded. He was a staple on that defense, a leader, and that's Shelby Harris. He gave his heart out to that team, and him being traded truly hurt him. You can see on his Twitter that he posted he was truly hurt. I feel bad for the guy, but hey, he's going to the Seahawks, and the Seahawks Pete Carroll can definitely make him fit into his scheme. So that defense should be definitely better, as well as that offense. Maybe not without Wilson, but we'll have to see. So again, not only did they trade those players, they also traded 2 second-round picks and a 5th-round pick, and then they just got done re-signing Calvin Anderson. It is unknown what type of money he's getting, but he is re-signed to a 1-year contract, so I'm pretty sure he got tendered. So we're gonna have to see about that. So as far as that's pretty much what the Broncos have done thus far. Next up will be the Chiefs. Sorry, I almost said the Queefs. Sorry for you Chiefs fans. Love to hate, guys. Come on. So the only thing they've done thus far is they gave offensive tackle Orlando Brown the franchise tag. I believe that was around 14 to 16 million just for that franchise tag. The Chiefs are not coming in with a lot of salary cap available. The NFL kind of did screw a lot of these teams with the salary cap, man. They give them a little bit, but not the point where a lot of these teams can truly, be happy with. But hey, shit, better for us Charger fans. But so that's what the Chiefs have done this far, is just franchise tag their primary offensive tackle. Next is the Raiders. The Raiders thus far have re-signed pass rusher the Max Crosby to a $98.98 million contract with $95 million $95 million in new money. So basically, whatever his old contract was, $95 million is what is being poured into that same contract. So basically, he's still on his rookie contract. They just added another. I believe he was under. Oh, he's under a 4-year contract. Sorry, 5-year contract. $98.98 million for 4 years, I believe. No, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years for $98.98 million. So basically, he's of that $98 million. So basically, $3.98 million is what he was getting in his rookie contract for this year. So what they did is they just added to that. They added $95 million in new money. But other than that, $53 million is guaranteed to him. But his contract can actually be maxed out to $100 million. He becomes, I believe, the 7th or 6th or someone in the top 10 highest paid defensive ends. So he deserves it. He's a very good defensive end. Definitely the reason we lost, other than Josh Jacobs running through our throats in that must-win playoff when you're in. Hey, you know what? Congrats to the Raiders. They got a steal in that draft. I believe he was a 4th, 5th round pick. He's one of the best DNs that I've seen for the Raiders in a long, long time. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much what our rival teams in the West have done. What we have done thus far is Tom Telesco has, like good old Tommy, he finally grew some balls, man. He finally put all his money. Now, you know what? I think Spanos is the one that said, you know what, go for broke. So, Telesco said he wasn't going to be that aggressive. He fucking lied to us. Excuse my language. But good old Tommy's finally doing something. As of late, this is what he's done. He gave Mike Williams a 3-year, it was a 3-year, $65 million contract, I believe. That's his full contract. Here, I believe that will, that was a 68. No, it's 3 years for $60 million. Yeah, 24. Yeah, 3 years for $60 million with the max value of 62.5. So he can earn that in incentives. So that signed Mikey. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, I don't have nothing against Mike. Good old Dub, but it's just that, to me, we could have gone somebody else. Devontae Adams, he's not happy with the Packers right now. He's not going to be playing under that franchise tag. So it's going to be very, very unique to see what the Packers are going to be able to do. Are they going to free up money? Are they going to trade people to free up money? They have to do something because Devontae Adams is going to waste 1 year. And he's going to generate a lot of trade interest right now. So, if you think about it, the fucking Browns paid a 5th or a 6th round pick for Amari Cooper. I mean, Amari Cooper hasn't really been the same since his injury. But let's say if you got the 2019, 2020 version of him, he'd be right there up with Keenan. He'd be right up there with maybe underclass of Devontae, because I do think that Amari Cooper's a good receiver. It's just he needs to be with the right team. And, the Cowboys, ever since they got CD and they got that one tight end, Schultz, it's just they haven't been targeting him as much. And he got injured. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Like as far as what our West rivals have done for us, like I said, we signed Mikey, to a 60-year, 3-year contract, $60 million 3-year contract. With I believe they said he has $48 million guaranteed or somewhere around that place. What else did he do? Biggest thing. He as of right now, he just sent the Bears a 2022 second round pick just a couple of days ago. Sent a 2022 second round pick and a 2023 sixth round pick, which I just found out more info can actually turn into a 5th round pick. Can turn into a 5th round pick in 2023 if Khalil Mack plays, I think 90% or 85% of his snaps, or whatever he plays of his plays. And then the Chargers would actually have to make the playoffs as well. So if he meets his criteria, which is 90% of his snaps, the pick would still be a 6th round pick because he has to. We would have to make the playoffs, I believe. I think that's part of the compensation or some shit like that. So again, we traded for Mack, gave them as of now a 2nd and a 6th. We got Mack. He's gonna be a great asset, guys. You guys do not know what this means for Bosa. Bosa right now, you're seeing Bosa's best year was his rookie year, or his rookie year and his third or fourth year when he got 12.5 sacks. And it's not that he can't get a lot of sacks, guys. It's just we got to remember this. The 2 years he actually was able to get 12.5 sacks, Ingram was there and he was actually able to get, in each of those years, Ingram got 8 sacks or more. Whenever Ingram was not there and generated less than 8 sacks a year, Bosa only generated 10.5 or less. So, I mean, he's never really truly had a run mate. Nwosu was not the answer, guys. I mean, Nwosu's good, but he's a subordinate player. He's a guy that just, if someone gets hurt, he could come in and make some plays. So in this case, now we got Khalil, so it's gonna be better for us. He's gonna generate more. If Bosa can't generate pressure, now you have that pressure from Khalil Mack on the other side. Whether the Chargers decide to make him a DN or keep him as a DN or change him to an outside linebacker like Bosa, it don't matter. I think the way I would go is, in the draft, focus on the D-line. In the fucking offensive, in the free agency, focus on what you can. Like cornerback. We got to get cornerback. Maybe a heavy DN, someone that can help us on that line. Because I'm telling you guys, if we would have made the fucking playoffs, if our D-line would have been better. Everybody knows this. So, with this being said, that was the second move Telesco has made this year. Third, this was just announced earlier today. It is expected, was reported by Ian Rappaport and other multiple people like Ian Rappaport, Mike Garofalo, whatever his fucking name is. I believe, I think I saw what's his name? Mel Kepper, he posted it too on his Twitter, that as of right now, the Chargers have actually made a handshake deal with cornerback J.C. Jackson for an $82.5 million contract for 5 years. This includes $28 million in the first year and over $40 million in the first 2 years. So meaning year one he's getting $28 million. So the second year he's probably getting around the same. No, he's getting $40 million in 2 years. So yeah, he's getting pretty hefty money right there, guys. And not only that, it says here, James will get $40 million guaranteed as well. So of his $82.5 million, $40 million is guaranteed, which I mean it's lower, it's less than half, because I mean you still would have had $42.5 million plus incentives to cover him. And then you also got to think about it this: if he gets injured, there's probably less money to be paid. And stuff like that, so as of right now, good old Tommy, he's doing a good job bringing in a hefty cornerback, like I said, we were a zone for the last couple of years when we had Gus Bradley, we were a zone coverage type of guys. That's where you have guys like Harris. That's where you guys have guys like Casey Hayward, guys like, at the time we had Trevor Williams, so all those guys were just zone and slot guys. Now we're starting to get into man-to-man. We got Asante Samuel, good man-to-man coverage. You got Mike Kinsett, good man-to-man. He just needs to be developed right. We got a new cornerback coach, a new DB coach, D-back, safeties, whatever you want to say, special teams, whatever. We got so many new coaches that I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of upside. Now that J.C. Jackson comes in here, he's another ball hawk man-to-man guy. So this is going to be, now you got 3 cornerbacks and Derwin James and 2 elite pass rushers. If this year, if we can get a DN and a defensive interior, guys, we should not have any excuses to not at least make a good run in the playoffs, we should definitely make the playoffs. And we should at least, my thing is we should at least make it into the divisional round, into the playoffs. If we make anything less, if we get eliminated in the wild card, that's not good enough, guys. And I'd be questioning Brandon Staley's leadership by then. 2 years, okay, maybe the first year is a rebuild year. Second year is like, okay, I'm getting used to it. Third year is like, okay, you should have it by then. So third year is what we're going to find out. Now, Staley signed a 4-year contract worth, I believe, like anywhere from $4 to $6.5 million. So he's getting paid hefty. He has a good brain. He's defensive minded and he's doing all the right moves. I think Telesco and Brandon Staley are working together, something that I just did not see with Anthony Lynn. I feel like Tom Telesco basically just would say, he took over the reins. I don't think Anthony Lynn would put so much input to what he really needed. That's why you guys had lower class guys like, fucking Forrest Lamb, Dan Feeney, all those guys are interior, like I said, Anthony Lynn was offensive minded, and those players just did not work out. You look at the defensive players that Tom Telesco has drafted: Drew Tranquill, Uchenna Nwosu, Asante Samuel, Derwin James. All those players are all defensive-minded players, and they're all defensive players. Meaning, to me, in my own mind, I think Telesco secretly is a defensive-minded GM. Why? Because you look at all the players he's drafted; they're so good. Jason Verrett was very good when he was injury prone. You look at people like Nazir Adderley. You look at people like Justin Jones. Who else? Just under like people like Desmond King. To me, I still don't know why the fuck we drafted him. Why we traded him. We drafted him because we liked him, and yes, he was a zone slot guy. But right now, he would fit. We would have not needed to get Chris Harris if we would have kept Desmond King. And Desmond King would have been twice as better because he's a faster, a ball hawk. And not only that, we used him for punts, for kick returns. When we traded him, not only that, we traded him for a 6th-round pick, guys. So I'm still really, really upset about that. But other than that, guys, as of right now, that's all we've done. These last 2 seasons, Tommy has hit the free agency mark pretty decent. Corey, he worked on the offensive line last year, brought in Matt Filer, brought in Ode Eboshi, brought in the best center at the time in the league. I still think Lindsley is the best center in the league right now, regardless. Right now I think he needs to let go of Brian Balaga, and that saves us $11 million, right? So we can go get another offensive tackle, either in the draft or in the free agency. Because there's gonna be a good fight. I think we should go get Teron Armstead. If he doesn't resign, we can switch him to right tackle. He's played right tackle before. If not, we can. I really do like Charles Cross at right tackle for us. Or if not, Ikem McRonan. He's God, man. Can you imagine that offensive line? Left side Slater, left guard Filer, center Lindsley, right guard. I really want to give Eboshi one more year because he was doing so well before he got injured. So I wouldn't mind giving Eboshi one more year and maybe drafting a right guard in the 3rd or 4th round. Because there is pretty good hefty offensive guards this year in the draft that can be a surprise. I think of people like Simpson, that guy Simpson from the Raiders, or that guy Creed Humphrey. That guy was in the 2nd round, and I think Creed Humphrey right now, if it's not Lindsley, I think Creed Humphrey would be the best center right now. So we gotta get offensive-minded people. We gotta get offensive people, but we also gotta keep our defense strong. So, guys, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like more, want me to cover your team, just comment in the section where your team is, and I promise you I'll do a review as fast as I can. I'll keep you guys updated. Stay classy.